Ever wondered how one nation's conflict can influence the actions of another halfway across the globe? Our world is indeed interconnected, and today we delve into an example of this complex web. We turn our lens to the Southeast Asian archipelago, the Philippines, and its stance on the ongoing conflict in Gaza. On a day not too far in the past, the 25th of August 2025, the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, took a bold step. They issued a statement, a plea to Israel, urging them to heed the international community's call for a ceasefire in Gaza. The DFA wasn't just a silent observer. They voiced deep concern over Israel's planned full military takeover of Gaza City, the restrictions on humanitarian aid, and the rising number of civilian casualties. They also drew attention to the expansion of settlements in the West Bank. This statement from the Philippines followed news that Israel had declared Gaza's largest city a dangerous combat zone and was initiating an offensive there. The DFA's stance was clear, and it echoed the concerns of many nations worldwide. They were advocating for peace, for an end to the violence. In the months leading up to this, June and July of 2025, the DFA had already raised the alert level for Israel and Iran to level 3. This level signifies voluntary repatriation due to the escalating conflict. The Philippine government, in a display of proactive care, facilitated the repatriation of hundreds of Filipino workers, extending assistance to those affected by the war. But how does this global conflict impact the lives of ordinary Filipinos? And why did most of the approximately 30,000 Filipino workers in Israel choose to stay with their employers despite the conflict? These are profound questions, and we will explore them as we move forward. So keep watching until the end for the answers. And before we dive deeper, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us create more content like this, so stay tuned, stay curious, and let's unravel the story together. As tensions rise on the global stage, how does a country protect its citizens abroad? This question becomes all the more pertinent when we look at the recent escalation of conflict in the Middle East. In response to the mounting tensions, the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs, or the DFA, took decisive action. In the months of June and July 2025, the DFA raised the alert level for both Israel and Iran to level 3. Now, you might be wondering, what does this level 3 alert mean? Well, it signifies a call for voluntary repatriation. Essentially, it's an official notice from the government urging its citizens to consider returning home due to the unstable situation in these countries. And it's not just a call to action. The Philippine government goes a step further. They facilitate the repatriation process, assisting hundreds of Filipino workers in their journey back home. This aid comes in various forms, from financial support to logistical arrangements, ensuring that their citizens are not left stranded in a foreign land amidst escalating conflict. However, the government's responsibilities don't end at merely bringing their citizens home. They also extend help to those affected by the war, providing necessary assistance to help them navigate this turbulent period. This could range from medical aid for those injured to psychological support for those grappling with the trauma of war. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite the DFA's call for voluntary repatriation and the escalating conflict, a significant number of Filipino workers in Israel have chosen to stay with their employers. So what happens then? What happens when the majority of workers choose to stay in a conflict zone? In the midst of conflict, why would thousands choose to stay in a danger zone? It's a question that may baffle many, but for the approximately 30,000 Filipino workers in Israel, the answer is not as simple as you might think. Despite the escalating conflict and the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs raising the alert level to level 3, which signifies voluntary repatriation, the majority of these workers have chosen to stay. This choice, however, doesn't come without its challenges. The Filipino workers in Israel are primarily caregivers, tending to the elderly and disabled. They've built relationships with those they care for, relationships that extend beyond employer and employee. For many, their charges have become like family, and leaving them in the midst of a conflict feels unthinkable. This sense of duty and compassion is a testament to the Filipino spirit of bayanihan, a term that embodies community support and cooperation. Furthermore, economic factors also play a significant role. For these workers, Israel is not just a place of employment, but a source of livelihood that supports their families back in the Philippines. Despite the dangers, they choose to stay, fully aware of the risks. It's worth noting that the Israeli government has not turned a blind eye to the situation. They have expressed their gratitude to the Filipino workers who have chosen to stay and continue their roles. But the question remains, and how does the Israeli government respond to these brave individuals' decision to stay? Well, that's a story for the next scene. So stay tuned and keep wondering. In a foreign land, amidst a raging conflict, how do the Filipino workers fare? This question, no doubt, has crossed many minds. The answer, surprisingly, is that they are not alone. In fact, they are recognized and supported by none other than the Israeli government itself. Despite the escalating tensions, the Israeli government has shown an admirable commitment to the well-being of these Filipino workers. It has gone on record to thank these brave individuals who've chosen to stay behind, continuing their work even as the conflict intensifies around them. The Israeli government has not just thanked them in words, but also in action, ensuring they receive the same support and benefits as Israeli citizens themselves. How does this support manifest? Well, in the face of a potential crisis, it's the little things that count. For instance, Filipino workers in Israel receive safety warnings through a specially designed app. This app is available in English, making it accessible to the Filipino community. It's a lifeline, a beacon of information in a sea of uncertainty, helping them navigate their everyday lives amidst the conflict. But that's not all. In addition to these warnings, the Israeli government also provides Filipinos with access to shelters. These safe havens are crucial, offering protection and peace of mind to those who've chosen to stay, ensuring their safety as they carry on with their work and their lives. Just imagine, in the midst of a conflict that's rocked the world, these Filipino workers find themselves acknowledged, protected, and valued. It's a testament to their resilience, their determination, and their integral role in Israeli society. In this global conflict, it seems that the human spirit endures, despite the odds. The story of the Filipino workers in Israel is a shining example of this enduring spirit, a beacon of hope in the midst of turmoil, and it's a story that continues to unfold day by day, moment by moment. In a world where conflicts cross borders and oceans, how do nations navigate these turbulent times? Let's reflect on what we've uncovered so far. The Philippines, like many nations, is deeply concerned about the ongoing conflict in Gaza. Through the Department of Foreign Affairs, it has openly condemned Israel's actions, specifically the full military takeover of Gaza City, restrictions on humanitarian aid, civilian casualties, and settlement expansion in the West Bank. In the face of escalating conflict, the Philippines has made the prudent decision to raise the alert levels for Israel and Iran to level 3, voluntary repatriation. This move serves as a clear indicator of the country's commitment to the safety of its citizens abroad. The Philippine government, in its effort to safeguard its people, has facilitated the repatriation of hundreds of Filipino workers affected by the war. Yet the story doesn't end there. Despite the conflict, the majority of the approximately 30,000 Filipino workers in Israel have chosen to stay with their employers. Their decision, a testament to their courage and resilience, has been acknowledged and appreciated by the Israeli government. These workers, just like Israeli citizens, receive safety warnings and have access to shelters, ensuring their well-being amidst the conflict. This brings us to an unanswered question. In the face of such adversity, why do these Filipino workers choose to stay? Is it their dedication to their employers, their faith in the safety measures provided, or perhaps a deeper, more personal reason? In the face of global adversity, the resilience of the human spirit continues to shine. As we continue to navigate these turbulent times, we should all strive to learn from the strength and courage of these individuals. Subscribe for more content and keep wondering, what does the future hold for the global community in these trying times? Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.